Good morning, it's about 10 o'clock. It is 9:36, and this is Homesteading Northwest Florida. And I got the wood stove going. It was 32 degrees last night. At about 4 a.m. is when it gets really hot. Here's my dog's play area where he ripped apart a bunch of stuff. There's Leroy. There's Leroy. Yeah. Leroy. Leroy. Alright, now we're going outside here. And it's 50 degrees right now. 9:36. And we're going to talk about what we're doing here with firewood and vines. Had a bit of a vine. It was worse. The vines were all the way up to here. Now I got them cleared out of here mostly. And you know, did the pavers, got some, this tree fell over. We've had some, well, the hurricanes. This one fell over in the hurricane. It's a, like a swamp oak, a water oak with the pointy leaves. That's going to get chopped up for firewood next year. And here's my pile of invasive Chinese privet that I cut down a whole bunch of these because these and the Chinese privet and the water vines or wild grapevines work in tandem. Like here's one of those trees that I cut down, but the branches are like 30 inches long, 30 feet, 20 feet long. No. And they work in tandem with these vines to make a great big mess. I already chopped up so many vines here and got them down, and I'm going to be clearing this entire area. You know, this tree was covered with vines. I don't know if you can see that, but this tree here was all covered, but I'm trying to save it. It's an oak tree, and these all got bent over, but now they're getting straighter. They're oak trees with the vines. But you know, this is my typical pile of tree, the Chinese wisteria, and the vines all together. What a mess, you know, but I'm gonna get out my burn barrel, and I've been burning in my little fire pit, but that ain't gonna cut it. I'm gonna bring the burn barrel right over here and you know, burn right here and stuff it full of vines. And that's what's going to be happening, because you know, here's more, but this area was all like that, like 10 feet high worth of vines. So I got somewhere over the last few years. You know, it's a gradual process. And I just destroyed that area too. Used to be all the way up to the top of that tree with vines, and underneath I got them out and chopped them at the bottom so they don't continue to grow. But this whole area is going to get. Then I had a great big chokecherry tree here that was just like a hanger for the smilax, which is greenbrier. And the greenbrier is another vine that comes out of a tuber, and it's very thorny. And this is an example of it. It's kind of like a tuber type thorny bamboo that is like a grapevine, but then you got the trees and the grapevines. Here was another one I cut up already, but I just took this one down. And you know, this was about how it was, so thick with greenbrier is the evergreen stuff that you see here, but it was super, it's just super thick with vines. And I guess I could get a machine in here, but that would just totally destroy everything, and I don't feel like doing it. I'll just do it this way, and we'll see how far I get. But I got pretty far over the couple of years. But this is an example of how thick this is. You can't really walk through here until you take a chopper and chop down the vines. Let's see if I can even get through here. Like here I cut the bottom of the vines halfway so I can get to this tree and chop it up for firewood, but it's pretty crazy. Like all the way up to the top of that tree. That's a sweet gum tree. And here's a cable. Here's from about 20 years ago. They must have pushed with a, big bulldozer and pushed everything, bush hogging they call it. But there's a cable in the ground from whatever, refuse that there. I find a ton of bottles, refuse, metal things in my, ground here because they just pushed all the garbage to the edge of the property. Here's my compost pile. That's doing all right. Haven't really cut the grass because you don't have to, but that's an example of the vines. And it goes all the way back here. I mean, it's incredible. But this whole area right here where I have my fire pit used to be all vines like that too. And here's a great big pile of them that I got to burn. There'll probably be some good soil underneath there after I get rid of all this stuff, but it's pretty crazy. The growth is incredible. That's all I gotta say. When the spring comes with the rains, the growth is incredible. And here's my wood pile so far that I have stored for next year. And my wood cutting area. That's for next year, but I'm gonna need to fill these up and then do twice as much. And I got some pallets. I'm gonna use a little bit different system once this is filled up, but I cut down an oak, a sweet gum. That's a choke cherry at the top there from in the back. But we're storing for next year and getting rid of vines. Vines are gonna go in the burn barrel. So how much of this property we can get cleared remains to be seen. All right, have a great day. It was February, the 3rd, and it's 50 degrees at 9:36 a.m. During the COVID thing still going on a little bit, but they're vaccinating. All right, have a great day. Bye.